everybody, come on in. I was doing my watering day today, and I've been slowly picking the moss out of Georgia Pearl, and I looked at her and I thought, you know, I should take the rest of the moss out. I thought she's ready. It's been long enough. So that's what I did, and I'm going to show you what I've separated. So this is all the bark, which I will continue to use, and I pretty well got, this might be the odd little piece, but I pretty well got all the moss out. And this bark is small because I went through my medium-sized bark when I did it and tried to just get smaller pieces. So this is Rexia fir bark, and this is what I'm not putting. I was down to this much moss, and I'm going to continue watering her twice a week. And I pulled out this. I was having trouble getting the moss out of that. So she's going to go into just bark. And one of my other orchids that I just got did so well when the one I poured the fat from cooking with grease over, it did so well, not because of the fat, but because I watered it twice a week for the first couple months. So I'm going to show you how I watered this morning, and I waited till after lunch, and this is what we've had happening. This here is new root growth, and here, and there's little bumps coming. So she looks really healthy. So her root ball's very small, so I'm going to make sure she's near the top of the pot because I like to plant high. And some of these were just barely below the surface. But look at this. This is the color of her first flowers that came out. Look at this last one. It's bigger, and it's got so much more white. It's very pretty. Now, is this going to be a type of orchid that is going to have different colors on it? Let me know what you think, or if you know why. I mean, I've had orchids many years. I've never had this happen. So these are all dark. And if this was one that came out first, I would say, okay, it's older, it's fading, which they will. But this is one of the later ones, and there's another one ready to open. It's been in the same window the whole time. It's been in the north window. So I really don't know. So I'm going to put quite a bit of bark in the bottom because she's going to sit quite high in the pot. And I don't mind I've had her in and out of this, cleaning out bark clearing out moss every watering day. So she's used to being disturbed. So I want to make sure, see, that would be a little too low for my liking. So I think we'll go with about there. So I'm just going to hold her there and put some bark around her. Now I've got her settling in. Sometimes you want them to feel firm in there, so sometimes I will stick a glass ball, or I have little iguanas, little frogs out of brass. Sometimes I will stick something in to weight them and make them feel a little happy, because her root system is quite high, and I can't bury that deep without burying where she's too close to the root. Now I've never had, let me find something to I see a little frog. He's actually one I usually hide because I picked him up at the thrift store one day. And you know, I'm always looking for little weights, and I thought, oh, he's okay. I didn't look underneath till I got home, and I was shocked, and I'm going to show you quick so you guys don't get too shocked. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, none of this was intentional, but he was sitting there. I think I cleaned out something and found him. I had him hiding somewhere. So right where the spike comes out and the weight is going, that's where I'm going to put him. Because I don't know who thought of that one, but anyway, that's not why I bought him. I didn't even look who would look. So I think that's enough to give it some weight, especially where the spike is coming. This spike is very sturdy and I have not staked it. I could stake it, and I may before you see me again. So I had an email from Cloud's Orchids, and they mailed my parcel with my fertilizer, a couple things for inside the terrarium. I call it a humidity room because it's more that, as there's not much dirt in there. So I'll be getting that soon. Our mail, we don't know, but I think it was mailed on Monday. So when it comes, I'll open it in front of you. And here, I have to show you Alphinia. Alphinia, who's still in the north window. Look at this. She still has the beautiful flower, but new buds coming. So she's doing good. I still don't see another leaf, but this was a new leaf and it grew strong and healthy. So she's doing good. And my basket, which I love, and I'm so looking forward to the day when there's more than one in bloom, because these are a bunch that I put in here because they were nearing death and I didn't have the heart to throw them out. And they're all doing pretty good. And I love this salmon color. So eventually, even though if you look at the side of this basket, there's some areas here where the bark is so thin, yet the roots that are growing in that area are very healthy. And if it was real dry where I keep them just in bark, then this wouldn't be the case. It's because the humid environment, I have my orchids grouped in groups, which also helps, plus the misters. And the mist coming from those misters is enough to keep us happier when it's very dry. And the aerial roots just come out, and they're so used to the bark anyway. Even the driest part of the top of the pot, they're still happy. But I have my little mister, and I'm home because I don't work anymore, and I mist daily. And the mist that we're waiting for the package to come from Delta Misters, it is a nice find, and it would be hard to overdo misting with that so much that you're going to create crown rot. It's a nice gentle mist. So we're looking forward to that parcel coming too, but I wanted to bring you in and show you that yes, the moss is all gone. Now, this is the two orchids that were out in the greenhouse during our heat dome. It was so hot. Was that last year? Anyway, it was the fire season. It was so hot. All the leaves fell off the lemon tree, or was that the year before? I lost count. I think the year before. So I thought they stayed out there. It was over 140. They were out there the whole time. But because there's a pond in there creating some humidity, they're survived enough that I decided the poor thing deserved a pot, and I put them in this sewer pot. It's a two-way sewer pot, and painted it up. So what's happened? Now, because they don't have many leaves, normally I wouldn't let them, but it tried so hard, and I didn't have the heart to cut it off. So it's celebrating, it's happy now. That's what I say. Root growth is very good, so that is something we're looking forward to. So lots happening. Wanted to share that with you, and I'll take you. These things are not in the window right now, but I'll take you for a quick tour before we leave. And I'll be back again. It's just, I hated to do that and not show you. Okay, she's gone from full moss to bark, and it has not hurt her at all. So, yeah. She's beautiful. You know, these minis, if you don't have a lot of space, April 28th, 2021, and she was changed. All of them have been changed to all bark. She's happy. I still cannot understand this. Now, is this something about the specialty of this? I'm going to look it up, and I'm just going to see exactly what the flower color looks like, because it's beautiful. They're both beautiful, but quite different. You can tell watering day when the roots are kind of, they're silvery looking, and this is even close to the edge of the pot, as you can see. See the shine and the growth. A nice growing tip there, so they're doing good. I always like to look at the growing tips. So, and then I've gotten rid of a plant. Now, before I finish my video, you see what plant I sold. It's now in a photo studio. You guys see if you notice what's missing. So, of course, I've just got the cactus in this window because I don't have a blind on the glass side. But we're looking forward to torch cactus coming. It's a good place. They can take the heat and they don't mind. Now, the basket's here, so I've got it in there. So if there's empty spots, it's normally not. And look at all the babies coming in my lucky Chinese penny money plant. Babies growing. It likes the humidity here too, and because I've been turning and I'm keeping that center stalk good. And as it bushes out, that's what this is for. You could make that out of a clothes hanger if you don't have drop wire that you get at a farm and garden store. Barbed wire drops. So there's going to be a few things missing, but I'm not going to show you that way today. But there's a plant missing, and it should be very noticeable. Oh, we've been cleaning. So you can tell watering day, lots, and even at the top where this dries very quickly because of the humidity. And even though this is further away from the humidity, so new growth, new leaf coming. It's going to hide the one I had to cut off. I don't have the misters on watering day. I don't hardly need it. Nice firm leaves. And how can this be? we're looking at late spring and I'm still got this plant with flowers. And this is the one I said I wouldn't cut right off. And I did get flowers. And they're not smaller than the other ones were. There's only 3, but they are pretty because it finished its flowering and I just cut back to a node underneath where they flowered, started flowering. And I only did it on a couple, and I picked ones that had more leaves and I thought had the energy to do this. So, okay, this is the one that the last one I got. It's lots of good root growth. Even at the top, there's the mister, it's here. And I mist them daily, but not heavy enough to soak the bark. But I'm trying to get this leaf to decide to go, but they're all firm and hard. But I'm trying to get it to go that way. And of course, the Hoya. And hope I don't ever find a huge, big aquarium I like. I love doing this. Do you remember the dendrobium that it fell on the floor, the pot broke, and I taped it on for the flowering season, and then I cut it off. That is the dendrobium piece that broke off. Look at all the little roots. And it's gonna grow on that rock, and I'm just gonna let it do what it wants to do in there. So, and over here, lots of growth on Phal.I-Hsin Fantastic. So since I moved in here, they are so happy. And there's a seagull crawfish pie, the one that's just sending out roots and leaves. And at the top is Horella reticula, and she most definitely has lots of green roots coming and new leaves. So yes, this little humidity chamber is doing really good. That is a new leaf on that little Phal. If I get flowers in here, boy, you'll hear me holler right across Canada down to the States. Now, Jack stuck something down in there. A bug. And then there's a little elf. Joanne sent me a little elf. And I should show you. You weren't here when I opened it, but one of our subscribers, Joanne, sent me this beautiful eagle. I just didn't know I was opening it and gonna find something like this. It is so pretty. And it flies and it moves over the foam of the misting bowl. I love it. I love my little toy things. So some things are missing here because they're on the counter. But there's new leaves coming. There's lots of nice new roots, which I like. And this one here, this was from September 3rd, 2021. And I remember putting it in this pot. So I'm happy with that one. Things are coming good. Good roots, happy roots. I love aerial roots. I love them getting outside the pot. And okay, we've almost seen all the house plants. Now, I have Phal.I-Hsin here. She's growing slow. She's coming, but away from the sun a bit. So all is looking pretty good. So thanks for coming, and leave me a comment if you happen to know what is missing. There's my fern over there, my rabbit's foot fern. Yeah, there's a plant missing. because it was becoming too big, too unruly for our space, and because I have to cover the saucer because it's a very poisonous plant, I decided it's gone to a photo studio and a very nice lady. So thanks for joining me. Talk to you again soon.